Kansas at Missouri. This is Saturday college basketball. Marco, who do you like and why?
Well, RJ, I like Missouri in this game, and sometimes things are pretty simple. Well, this is old school handicapping is
Well,
in its simplest
if there's
form.
anyone that's able to speak on the old school,
Well,
we've got them.
Let's set the stage. And, you know, sometimes you can really overthink a play, but here it is. The stage is set. You got number 2 Kansas coming into play, rival Missouri. Final day of the regular season. It's senior day. Missouri 17-1 at home, small home underdog in this game. Their only loss earlier in the year to Georgetown, and Georgetown was playing Super Bowl at the beginning of the year. Kansas has shown some chinks in the armor on the road. They only won by 4 at Colorado. They got upset at Kansas State. So, and Missouri gets to play spoiler. As I said, they're rivals, the border war, so to speak. A win today by Missouri and a Texas win later in the day gives Texas the Big 12 championship instead of Kansas. So a lot on the line.
Well, all right, so the flip side of that is Kansas is ultra motivated.
Absolutely.
So you think you got 2 motivated. Where's Missouri at when it comes to the NCAAs?
They're middle of the pack. They win this game, I say they're in now, but this would solidify it.
So they can't be 100% sure they're in. So not only do they want to play spoiler, they want to solidify their NCAA tournament bid.
I would go, they're in. They're in.
Okay. But still, I see motivation on both sides. Let's talk about the line. The line's out, right? We're taping Friday.
We're taping Friday.
And it came out 2.5?
Came out 2.5. I projected the line at 1.5, and it came out.
So Kansas 1.5, and it's actually Kansas 2.5.
2.5.
So let's talk about this. You've got 2 types of plays. You've got traps. You've got value plays. This is a value play.
This is a value play, but I think that when we talked last week about when you look at when the line moves, if it's different than what I projected it, I look at how the teams are playing.
Just to be clear, it's not when the line moves, it's when the line is different than you projected.
Than my line. I look at it and say, does that make sense? Can I understand it? And if you look, you know, Kansas is number 2 in the country. Missouri's lost.
Exactly. So that's the point I'm making is some might say, wait, you thought it was 1.5 Kansas. It comes out 2.5 Kansas. Wow, that doesn't feel like a trap. Well, it's not a trap. You're saying that there's a public misperception, a marketplace misperception, and it's actually even more extreme than you thought, which means you like this game more now.
Absolutely. The only negative that I will give to the Missouri, and this is something that we didn't talk about on our video, but I did talk last week on a radio show that I did because there was a lot of talk.
Was this a radio show you did in your basement that had no one listening?
No,
or was this a real radio show?
This is a national show, Chris Townsend show. You can hear me Wednesday and Friday nights on Chris Townsend at 10:40 Vegas time. But Is
Chris Townsend paying for that plug?
Well, you know, I'll try see what I can do on that, you know. But this situation is, we talked about the BYU San Diego State game. That was a big game last week. And the one thing I pointed out to him was the only thing I didn't like about San Diego State was the early start time. You know, it takes away some of the frenzied crowd for a Saturday. This is a noon game for Missouri. So, you know, how jacked up the crowd. If this game was later in the day or a night game, you'd have a wilder crowd. That's the only negative I can give to the Missouri side. But other than that, to me, I like Missouri. Senior day, be highly motivated, end your season on a high note to go into the Big 12 Conference Championship tournament.
It has all the characteristics of a value play. One, you're fading one of the marquee teams in the country. 2, you're getting the home team, and we all know that when we've talked about this year a good bit, is home teams are underrated seemingly, especially against superior opposition. So it feels right to me, and really this is about the most pure value play I've ever heard from you. You're not talking any situation. You're just saying both teams are motivated and the line's off. Wow, it's like
like I said,
sometimes
it's better not to overthink things.
All right, give us your official projection.
I've got Missouri winning this game 83-78. Let's go with Missouri home dog on Saturday.
All right, this is what everyone's waiting for. How did we do in the last videos?
You didn't give a blessing. You were neutral the whole way.
So how did you do?
I went 1 and 2.
Makes sense. Okay. So the data is starting to pile up. Well, listen, I'm going to put a smile on your face.
Oh.
I'm agreeing on this.
Oh, my God. Okay. RJ's blessing.
What am I? I'm like, what am I, like
You have to
9-2 or
You have
something?
to keep your own stats.
It's high.
Because
It's crazy.
you twist them around and they come out that you're God.
No, I know what horses to back. Let's just call it like that. All right, it's your turn to continue the conversation in the comment section with Marco and me. And next up, we're talking another Saturday game. Georgetown at Cincinnati. We'll be right back.